Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to another day in the life and times of squirrel. Sorry it took so long to make another video, but I've been real busy the last couple of days. I definitely earned my wages about the last 3 days. Got some very exciting news and update on the Pappy Mobile. It's fixed. I fixed it. All those people think that old squirrel ain't very smart or don't know what he's doing, in your face, because squirrel fixed it. It was just a little bit out of time, but it wasn't bad enough to cause the kind of problems I was having. So I took the idle air control valve off, which it looked a little different. It was supposed to be the same one. Napa Auto Parts. Shame on you. They sent me one that was made for a pickup that had California emissions. Well, me being against Democrats and not liking California, I wish the San Andreas fault would rupture and that whole state would end up out in the Pacific Ocean. Nobody likes them dummies over there anyway. But they sent, it was supposed to be one without California emissions, and apparently they sent one with California emissions again. Shame on you, Napa Auto Parts. I'm watching you. You won't have to worry about old squirrel buying anything off of you. You keep giving him the wrong auto parts. But anyway, I'm sure that's a common mistake. I'm just joking, Napa. Don't worry. I'm sure I'll be in there eventually. But yeah, so I put the old idle air control valve on, which I cleaned and made sure it worked. It functioned just like it should. But whenever I changed around some vacuum lines, my dad actually pointed out something so simple that no one would have ever thought of this. It was almost like one of them things where sometimes you just need a second set of fresh eyes to look at something. But he pointed out the fact that it never started this until I changed out most of them vacuum lines there this winter, because a lot of them was brittle and old. The soft lines that went hard and got cracked. And there was one thing, and if I'm not mistaken, I looked it up last night. I think it's like basically $11 piece of plastic about the size of a quarter. And what it is a vacuum check valve or a vacuum pressure regulator that goes in the line from your intake vacuum tree over to your HVAC vacuum. And what that does is that particular check valve or vacuum regulator, if you will, it only sends a small amount of vacuum to your HVAC system, because your fuel pressure regulator and your EGR vacuum line need more vacuum to operate than your HVAC. So what did old squirrel do? I took the vacuum line off the vacuum tree and I shoved a screw in the end of it, and now it runs just like a brand new engine. Try doing that on your 2025 little princess mobiles with the bumper dragging the ground in the back, because you look like a dad-burning dog wiping its ass across the carpet. I don't know who ever come up with that idea, but I tell you what, we used to beat people up to come up with ideas like that when I was a kid. Some kids these days, this new generation, And I know I'm part of it, and I'm ashamed of you all. You don't want to get out of bed and go to work. You don't want to learn how to do stuff with your hands. You want to be little powder princesses who go to college and have a fancy degree but end up working at McDonald's the rest of your life. You know, don't listen to all the hype on going to college. Go out and learn a trade, for goodness sakes. And whatever you do, don't drive a squatted truck, because you look like somebody that's going to have a half a brain cell if you drive around in a truck like that without a load in the bed of it. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. What, can you not afford the rest of a lift kit or something? Well, if you can't afford the rest of a lift kit, you could just leave it stock and not waste your money, because, I have no idea. But yeah, I'm 35 years old. I'm in the age group, but I guess I was raised a little different. You know, and when I say that, a lot of me having a sheltered life growing up, it wasn't because I had to. It was a choice. I chose to go to bed at 9 o'clock every night and get up at 5 o'clock every morning. I chose to do good in school. I chose, I chose my way of life. Just like I chose my career driving a truck. Once upon a time I used to operate a D6 bulldozer. But a lot of people that know me that ask me why I live such a sheltered life. Well, I chose it. Okay, I was never a party animal. I never went to any party. Hell, I don't even think I drank a beer till I was 18 years old. 21 for certain audiences. But, no, I was just wanting to give you all an update on the Pappy Mobile, and it is fixed. It is running good. I just got to get a brake line replaced. But the caliper, it went on easy peasy. The timing light, everything, we did have to move it like maybe, I think it might have been so little as about maybe an eighth of an inch. We had to turn the distributor about an eighth of an inch to get it to right there around just before top dead center. But yes, the Pappy Mobile is fixed. And it gives me a very, very big sense of accomplishment knowing that I have figured all this stuff out. See, I used to not be so much mechanically inclined. But through the course of driving a truck, I had to learn how to do that a little bit so I could get by with doing certain things out on the road to get to a repair shop. And, of course, riding around these older vehicles, you're going to have some trouble. Parts wear out. I'm sure if I was 40 years old and had 160,000 miles on me, I might wear out, But parts do wear out, and that was a joke, by the way. I'm 35, pushing 40, and I am not nowhere near wore out. But yeah, we got it situated. And it runs good. I mean, what can I say? And when I said the other day about the 300 straight six being bulletproof, or an accident, if you will, they actually designed that for industrial purposes. And they was fooling around with the idea, trying basically all these vehicle companies, back in the day, they was all trying to compete against each other, who come out with what and all that. But so they put it in a Ford pickup just to see what it would do. So yeah, that's. And then they went and discontinued it because it outlasted every other vehicle. So, yeah. But anyway, YouTube, I'm getting ready to find out where I got to go this morning and what I got to do. So you all have a blessed day. I was just giving you a quick update on the Pappy Mobile. Squirrel Hunter out.